I took the test in June and had a really rough go of it. And I'm going to take July. The environment where I'm taking the test, it's noisy. It's just not optimal for being able to focus. I'm having a really hard time like motivating myself to study on this last push. And I was just wondering if you have any advice for me on how to control my nerves, any thoughts I should have as I sit down before the test starts, or just to be a little bit more emotionally prepared this time than I was in June.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, what have you done to simulate the test experience?
I've taken some practice tests. I've, gone over my results. Before, when I was studying, I actually sat down and tried to take the test the same time I was expected to take the test, and at the exact desk with the exact laptop. So I try to simulate my test experience, and then I kind of got a little bit derailed from having, it just didn't go the way I expected it to. And I've studied a long time and really hard. So I'm trying to keep myself back up and in the game so I can get my head where it needs to be so I can sit down, in less than 2 weeks and just give it my all in July.
That's great. Yeah, the more of that you can do, the better. So that test day is like just another dry run. The more preparation, the more simulation, it'll help. Somebody in the chat is mentioning noise canceling headphones like Sony and Bose. At least for your studying, as long as you don't become reliant upon them, that could help. And then the other thing I would talk about and think about a little bit is that you're taking July, but that's not necessarily the last test date you have available to you, right? Like you could do August, you could do October. Is that a possibility for you?
October would be really rough, but if I needed to do August, I could. I mean, do you think that there's any negative, if I took June and then I take July and then I schedule August, do you think that that's going to place me in a negative light when I'm applying for law school?
Not necessarily. And there are trade-offs here. Like taking 3 consecutive LSATs, some admission officers might not love to see that. But the plus side would be if one of those 3 was it and you were done after that point, then you could apply relatively earlier in the cycle. Alternatively, you could skip August and go for October or November and still apply this cycle. That'd be totally fine too. It wouldn't be too late.
Okay, so I still could apply for the 2021 cycle if I take it in the fall.
The July LSAT in particular, it's not the end all be all. Even though the LSAT as a whole is incredibly important, you can retake. And so the reason I brought that up is to just point out that it's not all riding on that one day. If there's a tech issue or you fumble a game or something, you can retake. They don't average multiple scores. They only take the highest. So it's not the end of the world. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.